from your experience, what are the main reasons people kind of ditch their plant-based diet?
The two reasons I think people go back to eating meat, one is largely social pressure. They just get tired of being the odd person out at the restaurant and at home, or cooking 2 meals for their spouses or whatever. So most of it is social. But the folks who truly have a real meat craving and really desire it, I think it has to do with the food we eat as infants. When you think about it, at age 6 months of age, when the baby is still nursing on the breast, with all the love in the parents' hearts, that jar of baby lamb, baby chicken, baby turkey is opened, and at that point, 3 times a day, animal flesh is slathered on that child's intestine. By age 2 or 3, they're in the fast food restaurant eating their Happy Meals. They're off to an animal-based diet. And if you eat meat 3 times a day through infancy, childhood, through adolescence, puberty, through your teens, your 20s, your 30s, you eat animal flesh 3 times a day, you're going to get dependent upon the carnitine, creatine, the muscle-based nutrients that are coming in with the food. Your body makes them, but if they've been coming in pre-formed 3 times a day since infancy, what are your genes going to do? They're going to down-regulate their own production of carnitine and creatine because it's coming in pre-formed 3 times a day. Well, that works as long as you're still eating it. Of course, you're brewing up a bunch of different diseases along with it. But if you suddenly then stop, you go see Forks Over Knives, or you read John Robbins' book and the plant-based light goes on, and you stop eating flesh suddenly, well, your body's still looking for those preformed nutrients. Now you got to make them all on your own. Now, most people can gear up their genes and their enzymes to start synthesizing their own carnitine, creatine, but some folks might be a bit slower. Might take 6 months or a year before they're really manufacturing that, and they get meat cravings. And when they eat meat and that preformed carnitine, creatine washes through their tissues, whoa, I feel great. Vegan schmegan, man, I'm a carnivore. I need my meat. And they do, but this is not normal human physiology. This is an acquired dependency created by feeding a human infant animal flesh 3 times a day in infancy. No primate does that. No gorilla does that. No bonobo does that. We didn't used to either. We used to raise our kids on oat gruels and things. Back throughout American history, the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s, people lived on farms, and you may have had pot roast on Sunday and fish on Friday, but that was it, man. You ate out of your garden the rest of the week. You ate cabbage stews and potato soups. You didn't go killing your chickens every night for buffalo wings. You run out of chickens pretty quickly there. This flesh-based diet is just since World War II. We've been rich enough to indulge this. And so we've created the whole generations of folks who are really dependent upon animal flesh. But this is not normal human physiology. I've seen 3 generations of children raised as vegans, and they turn into lean, healthy, bright people who don't have meat cravings. Their mouths don't water when they walk past a barbecue. These are healthy folks. They're physiologically different folks. So I think what you're witnessing in these relapsed vegans are folks who had a very powerful meat dependency spawn, and they're still having trouble getting past it. I tell them that, if you have to eat meat once a week for a while, just stretch out the time in between, and eventually your body gears up so you don't need this stuff. I had meat cravings for years after I became vegan, and it really bothered me. And for a short period of time, I went back to having some fish to see if it would make any difference in my physical being. Didn't. But it was a strong meat craving. But it was mostly just that chewy, salty texture I craved more than anything else, I think. So if people have to dabble in that for a little while, I don't condemn them, but I say don't linger there either. Get on with phasing that stuff out of your diet as expeditiously as possible.